Yolon True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another episode of our little A to Z officer series. And today I will talk about another rare officer, and in this case it is Tom Paris. So let's have a look at the standard stuff. He's class engineering, which means you need engineering badges to upgrade him. He's from the group Voyager. That means he can give synergy to a captain of that group if he's on the bridge as well. And he's from the faction Federation, which means that you need Federation faction credits to upgrade him. And if you haven't seen Star Trek Voyager, there is a little bit of a longer text here in the info box. You know that there's always a text in the info box about the officers. And if you don't know Tom Paris, have a look and read a bit. As you could already hear, he does not have a captain maneuver. It says unfit to lead. I mean, with his character, and from time to time you wouldn't even dispute that. But he does have an officer ability and a below deck ability, and the officer ability too stubborn to die, which fits to him as well. When you take damage from a non-player hostile or armada, Tom Paris increases your critical hit damage by 10% for 1 round, and that is quite nice in case you are using the Chakotay crew and you don't have all the officers from Voyager already, but you do have Tom Paris, so you can pair him with Chakotay, for example, and it will increase your critical hit damage. And it's a cumulative one. That means whenever you take damage, and you might take damage more than once in 1 round, and then you can get even a higher increase of that. But what I'm personally using more is his below deck ability, War's Almost Over. At the start of combat against non-player hostiles or armadas, Tom Paris increases your armor, shield deflection and dodge by 300% of defense. And that's something nice that you can add that to the defense of your ship by putting Tom Paris below deck. And that is, as I said, the ability I'm using more often. When I, for example, use my Enterprise E crew, which I usually use against hostiles nowadays, or if I use the Chakotay or the Cisco crew on the bridge, and I have all the Voyager officers, so I'm not using Paris on the bridge if I use Chakotay. But then I can put him below deck and he will do something for the defense of my ship in those armadas. And I'm going for a little bit bigger armadas nowadays, and so a bit of defense does help. As a rare officer, you can also choose to send him to away team assignments. In his case, he does have 2. One is pilot and one is perceptive. You can unlock. And the perceptive one is a useful one as well. Pilots, there is a number of those, especially officers I don't use anymore, like Chen. I'm going for higher hostiles than level 51, so Chen is of no use for me anymore on my ship. But she has a lot of use as a pilot in away teams, so I don't need to unlock that with Tom Paris, as you see, because I've Chen, I've Sulu, and so on. But you could if you want to. And of course you want to know how to get Tom Paris, and for this we need to go outside the whole recruitment section, because first of all we would have to go to the Xborg faction. Here there is a recruit one, there's the officer exchange, and there you will find Tom Paris in here. For rare Xborg credits, you have a chance to get 1 or 3 Tom Paris shards here, along with the other Voyager officers. So that's one way of getting him, but they are introducing more and more stuff into the game. I talked about the quality over quantity thing a few days ago. Now in the Isometer refinery, Isometer is not there for that long, but it's there. There is a chance of getting him. I can't show you at the moment because I had here it is. I have done the exchanges already, but you can see on the small picture that Tom Paris is included there. So you have 2 ways of getting him at the moment that are quite easy to use. In those cases, though, the one is level 38 plus, and this one is level 40 plus, so you will not get him very early via those exchanges. But as I also said in my video about quality over quantity, when you hit level 40, there's so much stuff that comes up at the same time, where you have to learn a lot of new things, and you hopefully then have seen my videos about all of those new things you are dealing with. But one of those things that's coming in is the chance here to get officer shards for Enterprise E and for Voyager here via the volatile isometer exchange. But he is quite a helpful officer. Below deck one, so not one I'm using on the bridges as much as some might think, but as I said, it's a good addition. And below deck, you have a lot of choice nowadays. When they were introduced, there were very limited ways in the lower deck times, but nowadays there are so many of them that you even have a lot of lower decks officers for your different ships, and you will have more docks than one. So you really can put them all to use, especially when you're auto-leveling for certain events or something. And Tom Paris might help that your ship survives the night, for example. Of course, I would like to hear your opinion on Tom Paris. How are you using him? How helpful he is for you, and all other experiences than just mine. I'm also just another player, playing for years, of course, but just another player that's talking about his own experience in the game. And so knowing about more players' experiences via the comments or via Discord is always helpful as well. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.